So today's video is all about one of my very favorite topics in marketing, branding. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit more about marketing in general. We've already discussed that marketing is promoting and selling products, but here's the reason why we need marketing. You could make the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, it doesn't matter at all. Marketing lets people know about it, and that's also where branding comes in. When we talk about branding, we're talking about brands. A brand is the sum of all information about a product or groups of products. So what does that mean? So let's take an example like Coca-Cola. So the product being sold for Coca-Cola is soda pop, but the brand is Coca-Cola. So the brand has like a logo and a slogan and advertising and commercials. All of that is being done to sell the product, soda pop. Marketers, that's what we call people who work in marketing, use brands to try to give a product personality or image to people that can buy the product, or what we call consumers. The word brand comes from the concept of farmers branding or burning unique symbols into their livestock so that people know their cows or other animals are theirs. Marketers want to burn the image of their brand into your head so that you buy the product. So let's talk about brand recognition and association first. Well-known brands have really high brand recognition, which means people can tell what brand it is or name of it right away. If I say, for example, name a shoe brand, you might say Nike or Adidas or Vans because those brands have really high brand recognition. And with brand recognition often comes brand association. When a brand is really well known, people begin to associate or connect certain concepts, feelings, or qualities with a product. For example, people often associate Coca-Cola with the color red because of its branding. When people think of Disney, they might connect it with friendliness or family because of the branding it has created. Branding associations can even go so far that people will just assume a product with branding is superior to a generic version of the product. Take these two orange juices, for example. They are the same product, but one is owned by the company Simply Orange, and the other is a generic store version. Not all people, but a lot of people will buy the branded orange juice simply because they feel it's a better quality product, even if it is exactly the same as the other. There's lots of psychology going on there. Now let's move on to logos. A product's brand logo is part of its branding. This is the symbol that represents a product or brand. You know you have great brand recognition and a good logo design when people can recognize you simply by your logo. So what makes for a good logo then? Logos that people usually remember are very simple in design, are one or two colors, and they're easy to understand even at a distance. So let's imagine you're on a road trip and you're driving down the highway and you're looking for an exit to stop at to get some food. And in the distance, you see the golden arches of McDonald's. And you're like, oh, I'll stop there for food. That's good logo design. The Nike swoosh and Pepsi's logo are also great examples of simple yet memorable logo design. Here's the really fun part about logos. Sometimes brands even put hidden or subliminal messages into their logos that tell you a little bit more about the brand. Let's look at some examples. So we have Tostitos, which is a brand that mostly makes chips. So you can see that the name Tostitos is here, but do you also see another little hidden message about the brand? That's right. There's two little people dipping a chip into some dip. How fun is that? Next, we have the Baskin-Robbins logo. So Baskin-Robbins is a brand that serves ice cream. So you might see the BR and notice that, oh, it's pink and it's blue. You know, what's that? So maybe that's just their colors. But the hidden message in this one is the pink 31. That's for Baskin-Robbins 31 ice cream flavors. Our next example is FedEx. So you might not be able to see right away what the hidden message in this one is, but if you look a little bit closer, you'll see the FedEx arrow. So FedEx designed the arrow into the logo because they wanted people to know that they were speedy and reliable. Our next example is the Bronx Zoo. So you can see that there's birds and giraffes from the zoo, but there's also the city skyline in New York because the Bronx is in New York. The next major form of branding is a brand slogan. If a logo is the visual representation of a brand, the slogan is the written representation. Slogans are phrases that are associated with a brand, and we may call them taglines as well. Some famous examples are McDonald's, "I'm loving it," and Dunkin's, "America runs on Dunkin'." Slogans can change more often than logos usually do for a brand. "I'm loving it" isn't McDonald's first slogan and probably won't be its last either. So the reason that there might be a change in slogan is there might be a change in the brand's public identity, or the brand could be introducing new products and want a slogan that reflects the new product line. There are other types of branding, such as mascots and spokespeople, but for our purposes, we're going to be focusing on brand association, logos, and slogans. And that's all I have for this video, so I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching!